What is up, guys? Today I got a pretty cool pickup, and I got this watch over the holidays, and I have to say that this thing is beautiful. It's a limited edition Casio A1000, and the design is in collaboration with Rag & Bone, and if you don't know who that is, it's a clothing brand from New York City, and by the look of the images on their website, it seems they hired some trendy Instagram photographer to take everything out of focus, or they just used a potato as a camera. Now, I'd be lying if I said I've never heard of this brand before, but that's besides the point, because this collaboration created a really awesome looking watch, and that's what we're all here to see. And if you've had your eye on an A1000, you probably already know that this model is a full stainless steel design, and this was common back in the 80s, but lately Casio has been making these vintage style watches with plastic resin cases and cheap stainless steel bands. So if you like the vintage style digital watches from Casio but have always wanted a more premium feeling watch, then this is the one to look at. It comes in two flavors, gray with beige accents and a negative display, or this matte black model with green accents and a green tinted LCD. And in certain light, this green tinted LCD almost has a neon look to it, which is really dope. I think that both versions of this watch are really awesome designs, and the matte black version seems slightly more special to me and has a more limited edition look to it. Now when it comes to the design of this watch, it's really nice. I love this industrial design with the sharp lines. The case and bracelet are full stainless steel, but they're coated with a black iron plating. This is a super slim watch coming in at around 7.3 millimeters thick, and the dimensions of the watch are 39.6 by 38 millimeters, which almost makes it a perfect square. When it comes to the weight, Casio's saying it's 99 grams, but every time I weighed it, it was under 90 grams. And this watch is slightly heavier than a regular A1000, and that could just be the extra weight of the ion plating. That said, it's not a heavy watch, but it just feels a little bit more premium versus the cheaper vintage line of digital square watches. Another awesome thing about this watch is that they're using sapphire crystal on the watch face, and that's going to set it apart from the other A1000s. And it's actually not super common with Casio watches, and I think that this is probably why this watch is going to cost a little bit more than a regular A1000. But the nice thing is about sapphire crystal is that it's super hard and you won't get any scratching on the face compared to the mineral glass on a regular A1000. When looking at these macro close-ups of the watch face, you can see the border around the outside actually has a pebble-like texture, which is really cool and adds a little bit more dimension. Of course, there's Rag & Bone branding all over this watch. It's written in big letters at the bottom as well as their logo above the LCD. Typically an A1000 is a very simple and clean design, but they filled out a lot more space on this watch face, and it kind of looks more like something that they would do with a G-Shock. That said, I feel like I could do without this Rag & Bone branding at the bottom of the watch face. The logo would be good enough for me. But if we flip the watch over to the case back, you're going to see Rag & Bone mentioned again as well as their logo. And you'll see the logo one more time on the clasp of the bracelet. So they went all in on the Rag & Bone branding, which is obviously the point of a collaboration, I guess, but it feels a little excessive. And while we're on the bracelet, this is specific to the Rag & Bone model. It almost has like a Jubilee type look to it. It's very comfortable and doesn't feel cheap. I like how it tapers down to the clasp and kind of matches nicely with that thin profile. It's a 5-row solid metal link and it has quick release pins, and I'm not sure if the regular A1000 comes with that, but it's a nice feature to have to just pop the band off either to replace it or clean it without needing any tools. That said, I did have to press the pins out of the links when I was resizing, and you will require a tool for that. There's also small bushings that will fall out when you pop the pins, and it's going to make it harder to put back together, so be aware of that. When it comes to the features of this module, it's pretty dang simple. Let's face it, you're going to be wearing this watch as a fashion accessory and something just to tell the time. It doesn't have multi-alarms, it doesn't have world time. It's pretty basic. It just has one stopwatch, one alarm. It displays the day of the week as well as the day of the month and the time, and that's it. But it does have one cool feature, and that's the LED. When you press the LED light in, it actually inverts the display to a negative display. I think that's one of the coolest parts about this specific model, and I'm not sure what tech's going on to do this, but I personally haven't seen this in a Casio watch before, and hopefully I captured it well on camera because it looks awesome in real life. When it comes down to it, this is a limited edition A1000. The exact model number is A1000RCB-1. It's probably one of the best looking versions of this watch I've seen. I love the dark color mixed with the green accents, and come on, that green tint LCD is the cherry on top. I'm not sure how well the ion plating will hold up on the stainless steel over time, but it looks really nice in person. And this watch comes in at around $250 US or $355 here in Canada. It's not super expensive, but you are paying more than a typical A1000. I think that this black version or the silver version will look good with almost anything you wear. If you're rocking a casual look, or if you want to wear it with a suit, it'll look sharp. I highly recommend this watch if you want to add it to your collection and you want that vintage look but with modern touches, and something that'll have people asking you what kind of watch you're wearing, especially when that green tint LCD hits the light. If you're looking to pick up this watch, I have a link in the description. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video and get subscribed for more videos just like this. Stay fresh.